This is Another Man's Nostalgia with John.
Touch it, it falls. There you go. Good job.
Oh my god.
Nice and close.
Oh my god.
Here.
Chris.
It's like how when you're little and you go to see the Santa at the mall, y'all think all look the same even though they're all different. The one I went to was the actual Santa, so.
Anyways,
And Justin.
Whether it be better equipment, whether it be merchandise, whether it be
a gold hat for myself.
a gold hat for Justin.
The episode starts now.
Feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme, get on up, it's podcast
That's
time.
the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
That should be the fun facts theme, Justin.
Well, he already took it away.
I took it, it's the intro.
So do I have to? Now we have to make up intros. I hate that.
Oh, we
Yeah,
should. We should totally make up intros.
Here we go.
That sounds awesome, Justin. Thank you for. That's a great idea.
I'm ignoring that.
Thank you,
Justin.
Justin.
Learned.
Thank you.
I
He
literally
just learned
just
the other
memorized
intro.
it, and
Now we're changing it.
so it's been a while again.
Yeah, so I'm sure our listeners know, but we're in Texas, and as you heard from Texas, we all got snowed in and had no electricity, and
Yeah, no, I didn't have water for 4 days, so I mean it's not. I flushed the toilet with snow. It was a great
Nice.
idea. Yeah,
you put it in a tank and then let it thaw, and then
I put it in the bathtub
nice.
and then
Nice.
and then poured boiling water over it, and
Yeah.
that's how I flushed my toilets. That's all I needed. I didn't have to shower, for 4 days. It was great.
Who needs that?
Who needs to brush their teeth?
I would have loved to smell you.
No, I didn't have power. I had water the whole time. I did not have power for 3 days. But man, it was funny. We a big pastime for me and my wife was to go on the electricity provider's Twitter page and look at all the comments.
Yeah.
And man, someone was like, "I have a bearded dragon who has to stay at 69 degrees. What am I supposed to do?"
Well, you
was
better
so
fucking
great.
put a heat lamp to it.
That's
better start a fire.
That's some
Yeah,
that's some
sorry,
first world problems right there.
Exactly.
Dude, I really wanted to do like a TikTok. You know how those like TikToks that are like, "Hey, tell me you're like poor without telling me you're poor. Or tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich."
Right.
I wanted to say like,
You have two
"Tell me
webcams?
your first world problem without actually telling me your first world problem."
Yeah.
I think it would be funny. I think it'd be a funny TikTok.
I
So many
agree.
people would tell me their first world problems, and it'd be stupid.
And Justin, you survived, right? You.
Yeah, I was lucky. My water was fine for a while, but some sprinkler systems broke outside of my apartment. Luckily, no damage to my apartment or anything. But I stayed with family for a couple of days, and then I got back Friday, and everything was good. But yeah, this was. I was kind of pissed to see some of the northern people, especially people who are used to the snow, like make fun of people. I'm like, this is not us saying, "Oh, it's cold."
I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. I saw a really funny meme, and it was like, "Hey, Northerners, you need to take your weather back. He's drunk and he's doing stupid shit."
Because we didn't winterize our generators. It's not about
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff people were talking about. It was about winterizing stuff, and
Yeah.
we were not prepared. Like we have literally, if you don't live in Texas or really any southern state to begin with, but mostly Texas, we have maybe one hard freeze a year,
Yeah.
if that. And this
And
was
it's not like this.
no
Science teacher over here getting real technical about everything.
hard freeze. That's not technical.
No, but it's true. And also, we're also told a lot that this is going to happen. Like, once a year, we're told, everybody, you got to drip your faucets. There's going to be a large freeze that's going to happen, and then it never happens. And then it finally did happen, and no one was prepared because we weren't ready for it.
Because
Well,
the Thursday before, that's what normally would happen.
Yeah.
You have ice on the
One
roads.
freeze.
Everybody
Yeah.
gets the day off of school, and the next day
Yeah.
is fine.
Yeah.
And
This was
that's
different.
what the thing that kind of blew my mind, because you would in Texas, like when you have these freezes or when you have snow, it stays on like max is like 2 days,
Yeah.
and then everything goes back to normal.
Yeah.
But when you have like these freezes and it lasts like 2+ days, no one knows what the hell to do. They're just like, oh fuck, like this is like serious. Oh my god, like
Yeah.
I don't
we
have
don't have
power.
winter tires. We don't drive in the winter very much. So
You
Our
gotta
pipes
put,
aren't insulated.
yeah.
yeah.
But hey, it's fine. We're all fine. We're good. But because of it, we decided to kind of change our what we're gonna do, and we'll talk about it a little bit later. But let's talk about nostalgia news because it's been a couple weeks.
Yeah,
and
we've been off for 2 weeks, and we apologize, but
Yep.
because of everything that was going on, the first week my uncle died, like, and I
Yeah.
had to go to a funeral, and we couldn't record. But then the second week, we all lost power.
Yes.
Like, so
So
I
here
mean,
we
how
are.
you gonna listen to a podcast when you don't have power? You know,
You can't. How do you record?
We're
I
just
miss you guys.
trying to keep warm and not, starve.
Chris, you said you got to 19 degrees. That's freaking insane. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
So, well, that was outside. So our inside was 48. I think our lowest.
That's fucking crazy.
It was ridiculous, man.
That's
but
fucking crazy.
it could have been a lot worse. We never lost water. It was very odd. But yeah. It was
So
weird.
yeah, let's do some nostalgia news.
Okay.
A couple of things out today, and the last couple of days really. So this will date us pretty well.
Yeah. We know.
First is Spider-Man came out with their new title. They had a couple of days of teasing people yesterday, so
Pretty funny.
we thought we thought this would come out pretty soon. But it's Spider-Man No Way Home, which I think basically confirms it's multiverse.
I think you're probably right.
How does that confirm multiverse?
Well, they're building it in WandaVision right now, and you got
They're
Doctor
building?
Strange
Is that what you said?
building,
Okay.
like getting you ready for it. Doctor
Yeah.
Strange is literally as multiverse in the title, and there's all those reports of Melina and Defoe coming back. I don't think they're gonna do Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield.
See,
Oh, you don't?
I don't.
know.
If they're gonna do them, they have to have them. I don't know. We'll see.
Just my prediction. I'll be happy either way.
I think they're gonna bring him in. I think they will.
So a
I
couple
don't
weeks
think
ago,
I don't think the title gives it away. I think it's just
think it
like all
does.
rumors.
Far from never go home.
I think with the information we have, it does.
Tommy McGuire's gonna be in this. It's in the title.
I said I even said I didn't think they wouldn't be. So you're twisting my words.
It's called Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire is in this, and I think that means he's probably in this.
I hate all of you. You know what I mean. You're twisting my words.
Oh my god.
All right. WandaVision's been pretty good. Have y'all been keeping up?
Oh man.
I've been keeping up with it. The last episode that we did, we were on we're on episode 3.
I think
now episode 8's coming
It's
out
got-
in a couple days.
Messed up.
It's kind of
pretty
crazy.
good. It's a good show.
I don't even know how I feel about this stupid show.
I love it.
I kind of agree with you,
So
John.
many people love it, and I'm like, oh, the last episode, there was like times I'm like, God, this is stupid.
I kind of agree with you, John. I think I agree. I like it, but it feels like it's getting. I don't think a season 2 is going to work. This has to be it.
They never said it's gonna.
I
Feige
know,
actually
I
came
know.
out today and said there's probably this moves into Doctor Strange.
I think that's a smart choice. I think just have it what it is. If you try to redo this, it's not going to work because when she expands the hex and it shows like the 50s stuff, and honestly, my thought was like, oh, I don't want to see the 50s again. Like I'm kind of done with that. Like I think it's good for what it did, but
The 50s needs to stay in the 50s. You know?
yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's over. Like let's move on.
Yeah.
This is it was a good series. It was smart, but let's
Yeah, I think
When's-
I think
I
these
don't
last.
know
Sorry, go ahead.
how many episodes are there going to
There's gonna be 9, so there's 2 more.
2 more. Yeah.
So I think Chris,
And
I think you're right that the kind of show thing got old after a
Yeah.
couple of episodes, but I think they're
Yeah.
going away from that now. I think it's
Yeah.
full on Marvel movie from here on out.
And I trust Kevin Feige. He's gonna make a good show. I was like, I think I'm done with this. I want to see the ending. I want to see how it ends.
And I think
don't want to see any
think
more.
You're
of
getting
it.
kind of tired of it,
I
aren't
agree
you?
with
you.
It's getting kind of annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little.
I agree with you, but I still I like how it's been executed.
No, I've never. Okay, so like the latest episode was, I guess, Modern Family, like a mix between Modern Family, like The Office, I guess,
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the vision part of that episode.
Oh, I
It was
love the vision part.
That was my favorite part.
No,
Him on
I
the record chain,
hated
like,
it.
why am I doing this? That was so good.
That's-
He just
and that's
flies
why
out-
it was so-
flies out of the car.
And that's what was so annoying. Like, I wish he would have just like saw everything, and he was just like, "I'm gonna fly out of the car." Like, it
No, I
was
love
just
it.
like, I didn't like it. I didn't like the little bit between everything.
Well, I love Kat Dennings, so that character,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
hilarious.
So this week we're gonna watch Chip and Dale, and we'll save that for next week, right, John?
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
And the reason is that I decided that I was thinking about what's a movie of people who aren't used to the cold weather, dealing with the cold weather, and I thought, and I was saving this for a long time. This is honestly one of my childhood favorites, and I was saving it for a Winter Olympics, but we haven't had one because
Because of
COVID.
COVID.
Yeah, so I was like, let's just do it
YouTube,
now.
don't take us off because
It's
we
not
said
because of
COVID.
that. It's because it's not the time of year. It was supposed to be the Summer Olympics.
No. But even like, oh yeah, we didn't do it. So I don't know the reason why.
Justin, why
This is
would,
one of-
why would you have to point out that little fact? you
Point
know?
out
Find that out.
his idiotic mistake.
Yeah. Why'd you have to point
Anyways.
that out?
What an
I wanted to
idiot!
watch this for a long time, and this is one of my favorite movies growing up. It's Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings. Play the theme song.
Great theme. We're gonna talk about it later. Great theme. John loved the theme. Look at him. I hope you'll notice the theme. It's Hans Zimmer, and I hope you enjoyed it because we'll talk about it later. But
Oh, really? We're gonna talk about the music?
yes, because it's so good. Okay. Anyways, so this is Cool Runnings, and I know John, you have not seen Cool Runnings. Is that correct?
I have not seen Cool Runnings. This is the first time I've ever seen it.
Mind blown. Justin,
Is
you're
it
a fan.
really? Is it really that mind blowing?
For me, yes.
Okay.
I saw it with you the
But we'll
first
talk
time.
about it.
You're the one who
Oh,
showed
yeah,
it
you
to me.
did? Oh, okay.
Yeah, on one of your
That's
dad's videotapes.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you right now, you've tried to get me to watch this movie a
Yeah.
couple times.
Yeah.
When I was over at your house when I was little.
And you're mad I didn't?
I'm so mad at myself that I didn't take that opportunity.
Okay. I think that's what you're going to say. But yeah, Cool Runnings. This was a big one for me when I was little. I love this movie. But yeah, crazy. Y'all hadn't seen it. So Justin, you didn't see this. You were in high school then.
Yeah, I think this is one of the first movies you actually showed me.
Okay. Cool. Well, I love this. Let's get into it.
Okay.
So this came out in 1993. Oh, fun facts. Fun facts,
Fun
Justin?
facts. Justin.
All right,
I'm sorry.
feel our voice, feel the not rhyme. Everybody hang on, it's fun facts time. There you go.
No, it's a little taking it from me a little bit, but that's fine. So this movie came out in 1983. It crushed the box office. It was a $15 million.
Really?
Yeah, it made It was $15 million budget. It made $175 million.
Jeez.
It was like peak Disney though. I mean, like, this is like when Disney movies were
Dude.
so good.
I was
Disney Renaissance.
so I gotta say something. I was watching this movie and then I was like halfway through, I go, this is a fucking Disney movie. Like I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of shit in this movie
There's a lot of swearing.
that I was not expecting.
Yeah, I agree.
There was cussing, there was beer drinking, they were at a freaking country club. Like, what the hell?
Look, I don't want to be a dick, but somebody's walking on my lawn right now.
Go be a dick.
You need to get the fuck off my lawn.
They may be 3 years old, but I kind of want to. The mother's taking a video of them on my sidewalk. Hey, All right. They're leaving.
Hey, sidewalk is public property. You can't.
No,
do
she walked
anything
up
on
the.
sidewalk.
She walked up the foyer. Anyway,
Or that with a bat.
okay. So, but no, this is considered like a better one. Like the acclaim was pretty good for it. So here's the thing. I'm gonna save the historical accuracy till the end because I don't want y'all to know before y'all rate this movie.
I should look it up right.
rate
I
the
should look.
movie-
I should just look up.
No,
I
no,
should
no,
just
no.
look it up right now.
I've already looked it
Rate-
up.
Rate the movie as it
I
is.
should have looked it up before.
It's
I was already very curious.
rate the movie as it is. That's right.
I won't look at it that way because I usually don't care about that kind of accurate stuff.
Yeah.
Because my next
It's
movie
just
doesn't have accurate stuff either.
Okay.
You're
Because
telling
honestly-
me Indiana Jones didn't have any accurate
I
stuff?
said my
in it?
next
happen?
movie. You jerk.
But yeah, let's get it. So that's the fun facts I want to say for right
We
now.
gotta say plot. We gotta say.
We'll say plot. I have more fun facts that I want to say throughout it, but none of it right now. So let's go into plot. Who wants to? John, you do plot. You've never seen this before.
Okay, so you have these Jamaicans, and you like the main character. He's supposedly very fast.
Yeah.
And he goes into a preliminary race going to try to get into the Olympics. And there was another guy that was bald that people were making fun of, and there was like another short guy in this race. Well, the short guy trips the bald guy and the main character, and they can't participate in the Olympics because they all three fell.
Yeah.
So, he goes to like I guess the Olympic chairman of Jamaica
I think so.
and
Yeah.
tries to plead his case. And he's like, nah, you can't be in this. And he goes, but there's a white guy over here that he is a coach for bobsledding, but leaves out the fact that he cheated
Yeah.
and that
Yeah,
he
it's
got
very
all
cryptic.
his gold medals taken away. But he's like, yeah, just go ask him like about
Right.
this. I'm like, that's stupid. So they go in and ask him, and he becomes the coach of 4 of these Jamaicans, and they all become like bobsledders, and they practice on a go-kart, it looks like.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
pretty good.
Some of the scenes were pretty funny. When they hit the cop car, I was like dying laughing. I thought it was funny. So one of them sells their car
Yeah.
to go to Canada. They go to Canada. They qualify for the Olympics. They go to the Olympics and get 8th place, and then they don't get any medals. I don't know if
crash.
that's fucking accurate.
We'll get into it.
I don't
Things
know if they
happen.
actually. So the very last, Justin's shaking his head. The very last race that they had, which I didn't know bobsled. I didn't even know if that's accurate. Where bobsled has 3 days to
Also
do a
not true.
race,
We'll get into it.
and each day, I guess,
Yeah.
like they have like
They have
3.
one run,
It's like
yeah.
trial runs. They have 3
Well,
trial runs, and
It's
It's
not
like
as
that thing
inaccurate
where-
as you think.
Yeah, no, it's not that inaccurate. So they do take out the lowest score. So their hope was, even though they did terrible on the first day, if they did really good on the second 2 days, it would take out the 3rd day. So it's like a Tony Hawk. If you play Tony Hawk games and you try to medal, they take out your worst score and you only add up your 2 highest scores, and then you average them together.
but
So that's
they
the
do
way
it, they do it for 3 days. I didn't know that.
Not in real life.
Okay.
In real life, they do,
So-
here's what I'll say. In real life, they do 2 days and they do 4 phases, and they take out the worst one.
So it's not as bad.
Okay.
And they
Okay.
and they average the 3 together. So
Anyway, the last
Yeah.
phase, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call it, last trial run, they crash and they carry their sled across the finish line, and it's
Because
so
finishing-
inspiring.
finishing is
So
more important
inspiring.
than winning. Yes,
It's so
Exactly.
inspiring. Like
Yeah.
this is totally the best
That's what I like
sports
to
movie
tell myself. I just need
ever.
to finish.
So let's get into the plot. So, what did y'all think of the plot? I mean, I'm given this is a very common Disney sports movie.
There's so many inaccuracies.
No, okay.
No, we're not talking about inaccuracies yet.
What was special about the plot? What was so unique about this story
Here we go.
that was like,
getting
oh
on
my
his high
god, this
horse.
movie's amazing?
I'm
Type
gonna
of-
say I'll say nothing, but it also came out in 1993 before
True.
all of your iconic sport movies that came out.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
But this could have been an iconic sports movie.
It was.
It is.
It is. You're missed out.
I don't even freaking see this as a sports movie though.
That's racist.
I really don't. And then
It's
I don't.
racist.
And honestly,
It's an equality thing, and it's racist that you'd say that.
No, but here's I don't know
no.
why. I don't know why I don't see it as a sports movie. I guess because I didn't see a lot of the sport. In
Yeah.
the
They had whole
Okay.
training montages.
I mean, it's not. No,
So
I
you're
would
telling
agree.
me every single movie that has a montage of the plot of the movie, like that should be like a really
Rocky
good thing?
barely has any boxing.
Yes,
true?
but I don't.
Is it
freaking
Rocky
know.
still a boxing sport movie?
Keep defending me, Justin. Keep going.
See, but there's more inspiring stuff in Rocky. Like he has like so many things that he has to get through.
I could barely
like-
understand Sylvester Stallone, so. Well, you guys,
I could argue I can barely understand all four of them. Okay.
All right, so fun. Well, we'll get into it later, but yeah.
What was one of their sayings? Badass mother.
Badass mother. That's right.
Badass mother.
Now look in this mirror and tell me again what you see.
Well, I see
Pride,
pride. Right.
power,
Power. And I see
a badass mother who
won't
don't
take no crap off of nobody.
Again,
I see pride.
can't hear you.
I see power. I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off of nobody.
Once again,
I see pride.
Junior.
I see power. I see a badass mother who won't take no crap off of nobody.
That's right.
Right. Junior Bevel.
Where are you going?
I was like, a fucking Disney movie saying badass mother?
Yeah.
They said hooker.
No, he said hooker. It sounds like a $2
It sounds like a $2 hooker.
So what are we gonna name this flag? How about Tallulah? Tallulah. Tallulah. That sounds like a $2 hooker. How you come up with that? That's my mother's name. Tallulah. That's nice. I like it.
Here's what I'll say about the plot. I think the characters are really compelling, and I think that makes it better, personally.
Okay, but we're not on characters. We're
We're not
plot.
here on characters. You're right.
Yeah.
All right. So
So-
the plot is a standard sports movie plot, but they lost, which I think makes it better.
Really? You think
Yeah.
losing makes it better?
Yeah.
See,
so
but
they-
I feel like in real life they lost like by a lot worse.
Yeah,
yeah, they did.
a lot worse.
But it's not real life. If this story was
You're
real,
right. You're right. You're
Yeah.
right. I can't base this on real life.
I don't live
But
in
when
your
it comes
fantasy
to
world,
plot,
Chris.
here's what I'll say. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I
do have a comment, though.
I thought the end was very corny.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like if they really did crash at the very end, like they could have did something else to like kind of spin it in the movie. No, they had to like, oh, we're gonna walk across.
It was important because the main character learned that it's not important if he wins as long as he finishes. So
They did say that in the middle of the movie. They did say that. Okay.
I'm gonna piss a little people off here, but I compare this movie a lot to Friday Night Lights, the movie, which people love, especially if you're in Texas, but they lose at the end. And to me, Friday Night Lights does not do a good job of saying why it's important that they lost and what they learned from it. It's not inspirational. It's just like, oh, this team that worked really hard lost. And I get it. That's an important thing to learn also. To me, this is a different kind of story where you actually understand why it's important that they lose. Does that make sense?
Friday Night Lights wasn't
Why
trying
is
to
it? Why is
teach
it
a
important
lesson.
that they lose?
Because the lead character was so obsessed with Doris, was so obsessed with winning and getting a gold medal that it wasn't the point. The point was to
Prove.
achieve
It
something.
was to prove
Yeah.
they could do it. Friday
Yeah.
Night Lights
See-
is a different movie because you're just following a team.
Yeah, exactly.
But
That's all it is. I like
Yeah.
your comparison. It doesn't mean Friday Night Lights is bad. It's
No,
just a
no,
different
no,
way
not at
of.
all.
It's just a different
Yeah.
way of telling a story.
Yep.
if they would have showed more of like the support of the team, because it was a very like brushed off mention
Yeah.
that, oh yeah, now they have a following. The last
Right.
fucking trial.
A bunch of bagwaggers. Yeah, they all joined in the last second. They're like, yeah, we're fans.
Yeah, that's dumb.
But that's
so if
actually
they would have
usually
had
what
like
happens
super,
anyways.
It
if
is.
they would have had super like inspirational, like I guess fan base or whatever you want to call it, like throughout the movie, or people supporting them throughout the movie, and then at the very end you had like, you would see like all these people, they're like, oh, this is awesome, like cheering them on, and then they lost, and then they carried it across, I would have felt so much better about everything, because they had the motivation of like
Finishing.
everyone in the movie.
I can see that.
I'm
I
always
can see that.
motivated to finish.
And so I'm gonna get an average score. I'm gonna give the plot a 3. Like it wasn't spectacular. There was nothing spectacular about this.
Okay.
It was a plain old 90s sports movie.
I'm gonna have to agree with John.
Oh gosh.
Hmm.
Okay.
I really want to do a 3.5, but I know I can't.
Right.
I do think it's average, but it's average in a good way. It's a 3. It's a very strong 3. Does that make you feel better? There's nothing
so.
there's nothing that makes it stand out
Still
to
a
me.
3. Just saying, Chris is still a 3.
It doesn't
You
stand
could
out
have
to
a
me.
3. You could have a strong 3. It's
I think
still
you
a
can
3.
agree with this. It doesn't stand out.
I get what you're
So
saying.
I think that's why it's average. If there was something different to it, it would be a 4. But there's not. But that's the problem with sports movies. They're very hard to make really interesting.
It's like Steph Curry shooting a 3-pointer from the
Because real
half-court line.
life sports is much
It's still
more
a
entertaining.
3-pointer.
If I had not known the actual what happened, I personally would have given it a 5. only because this came out before Rudy. This came out
Well,
before
Rudy sucks.
The only well, shut up.
It's
the
true,
only
Justin, that's true.
okay. The only sport movie that came out before this that in recollection that is like a classic is like Hoosiers, and that's similar to
Hoosiers is
this.
such a good movie.
That's one of the
But that's in the
Hoosiers
'80s.
Hoosiers
So
is
to
such
me,
a good movie, though.
I know, but I feel like the sports movies took a lot of tropes from this, so I would have given it more. I'm okay with a 3. I would have said 4 at the most, or at least. 3's fine, I guess. All right.
What is spectacular about this movie? There's nothing.
If it was the only sports movie you saw other than Hoosiers, I think it's good. Anyways, whatever, it's fine.
I saw Hoosiers first, and I mean, Hoosiers was so much
Yeah.
better.
But there's Remember the Titans. All these things came out after this that I think this helped. It's fine, whatever.
See, there's no way. Okay, let me ask you this.
Okay.
I consider Remember the Titans one of the best sports movies of all
I know
time.
you do. Yep.
Okay.
It's definitely
What
top
did
5.
Remember the Titans take from this movie that made Remember the Titans Remember the Titans?
They were the severe underdogs, which maybe they were, but
That's just reality. You can't say that they took this from this movie
All right,
when
fine.
in reality
If you
they're-
fumble my football, I'll put my foot in your John Brown hind parts.
it sounds just like John Candy. Denzel Washington, John Candy, kind of
Okay.
the same. Okay.
If you're comparing Denzel Washington to John Candy,
Football's fun now. Oh, you think
something's
it's fun?
fucked up
No, it's
about
not.
this.
Bobsledding's fun. Okay, let's do main characters. Let's do the main 4 and then John Candy.
I was so surprised he was in this movie. I did not know John Candy was in this movie.
He's really good in this, I think. His character is a really compelling character to me.
His,
Very different role.
Yeah.
Yes, his speech when he's kind of protesting the disqualification of,
It's a great scene.
of
Yeah.
the team,
Yeah.
which I don't even understand why they got disqualified.
So they're saying that because they never ran an international race, so there was never a competition within their own country. That's what they were saying.
They just kind of put them
But-
together. They never formed a
Yeah.
team.
So like the
Gotcha.
track team at the beginning was doing their own international race to see who would be in the top.
There's no trials.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no trials.
Okay.
That was their
They
argument.
they said that just because they automatically got in because they're the only ones there
Yeah.
that
yeah.
they shouldn't. Okay.
And
I
John
understand.
Candy was saying that was the rule before, is that you could if it was an Olympic year, and they were saying that was the rules before, but we changed the rules.
Gotcha.
So, yeah.
But his speech, I can't remember exactly like what he said, so I can't quote it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it a lot. I mean, you can put, I guess, a clip in, but I thought it was really inspiring.
Come on, Kurt. What you're doing is wrong, and you know it. Now, if this is about you and me, then let's get it straight right now. All right, 16 years ago, I made the biggest mistake of my life. I cheated. I was stupid. I embarrassed myself, my family, my teammates, my country, and my coach. If it's revenge you want, take it. Go ahead. Disqualify me, banish me. Do whatever you want, but do it to me. It was me who let you down, Kurt. It wasn't my guys. They've done everything you've asked of them, and they did it with all of you laughing in their face. Hell, it doesn't matter if they come in first or 50th. Those guys have earned the right to represent their country. They've earned the right to march into that stadium and wave their nation's flag. That's the single greatest honor an athlete could ever have. That's what the Olympics are about. 16 years ago, I forgot that. Don't you go and do the same.
It showed his growth. He wasn't obsessed with getting a gold medal anymore. He was saying, take me out of it. Give it to them. They deserve it.
Yeah.
I think it's what. Yeah, it was a
take
great
me
scene.
out of the equation.
It was a great John Candy acting scene that you don't see very often of him acting very well.
What was the last movie we saw John Candy in?
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, probably.
Oh yeah, yeah. How did
classic.
How did he do in that?
I mean, I think he did great. His comedic timing, and we'll get into it later.
There's John shitting on classics again.
His comedic timing in this
Apparently
movie,
this
he was
is
a
like...
straight man, and he was still funny, I think, in this movie. Like, when he says his little lines, like, when he's, like, pushing the cops out of the way, it's like...
5-9! 5-9, you did it! You did it! 5-9, we did it! We did it! 5-9! Get out of the way! Get out of the way! 5-9, guys! What?
Who are you?
I'm their coach. You guys okay?
Yeah.
How's the sled?
Yeah, man, we're fine.
Sled's okay? Well, it's in the wrong place. Get it back to the top of the hill. Let's move it right now, you slackers. Move it. Let's hustle. Come on. Let's move it. Come on, you guys. Move it.
But I thought his acting was good in this. I really enjoyed it.
Again, like I
We'll go into acting later, I guess.
Yeah.
But the characters themselves...
I think it's a 4.
were they did they all have real Jamaican accents?
None of them are Jamaican. And I think that's pretty compelling. I don't want to be the guy who says that accent sounds good because we're not from there. Like, I feel like as Americans,
Yeah.
we can tell when somebody fakes an American accent if it's not good. But to me, it sounded pretty compelling. But that's more of an acting thing. This is more about the characters themselves.
I'm going to give it a 4. I like the characters.
I agree.
See, the thing is, I only saw growth. I guess that's not true. I saw growth between all of them. I was going to say Junior felt like the only one that really grew, but the leader grew.
I'll be honest with you, I didn't like Junior. Out of all of them, I didn't like him the most.
But he's the one that grew the most. So, like,
Yeah.
within characters, like, you had the leader, which he, I guess, learned that winning isn't everything. And then you had
Right.
Junior saying that you just now need to stop being, like, a little sissy. It's the bald-headed guy, like, he didn't grow. Like, what did he do?
No.
He stayed the exact same.
He liked everybody at the end. That was it.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then the other dude that, like, kissed eggs.
Comic relief. Yeah. Doug
How
Doug.
did he grow?
His name was Doug E. Doug. If you look him up. He's a comedian.
That's his character's name?
No, that's his actual name in real life.
Oh.
We'll get into it. We'll get into it. But Doug
okay.
E. Doug. Yeah.
So, again, like, I didn't see... I mean, half the characters I felt like grew, and then half the
Yeah.
characters didn't. John Candy, I don't even... Like, he was very inspirational, but how did he grow?
He learned that, I don't know.
He grew
was
from,
washed
like...
up.
He grew at the very, very beginning when he
Yeah.
was like, yeah, I don't want to coach you. And then he was like, okay, I'll coach you.
Right, right.
But is that
Well-
really growing or just, like, changing his mind?
He learned something from them about being a good coach and not caring about who wins.
Okay.
I don't know. It's up to you.
I give it a 3.
Okay.
What is so special about them as a character?
All of it. I don't know.
You're defending your movie very well.
I like it. But okay, we'll go into minor characters. This is gonna be pretty quick, I think. We have the East German guy who sucks. We have all the coaches for the USA who are kind of dicks. Anybody good in this? I mean, I think they're all compelling characters, but is there anybody that you think is like...
It was pretty average.
Yeah.
They were just bad guys.
Yeah, they're bad guys.
It's 3.
Okay. Say a 3.
I'm gonna say 3.
I really don't have much to say about it.
I've had 3s all across the board.
All right.
So I just want you to know like how I feel about this movie.
Okay.
It's a 3.
Acting. There's no Jamaicans. They're all American people. Comedic timing.
The I don't know if like the English, I guess when it comes to Jamaican, is like I guess not proper English. Like you have like kind of certain things missing within the language. But if that's accurate, I feel like they did a really good job.
I think they did too. I thought they were for sure Jamaican. I thought with a name like Doug E. Doug and Leon, no last name, which is the main character, I thought for sure they were Jamaican. But no, they're all American actors
Okay.
and comedians. You can look at their stand-up online if you want.
I'm sure it's very average. I'm
It's
sure it's a
something.
3. I'm sure it's a 3.
The stand-up, yes.
I mean, John Candy did good. Like I'm not. Yeah, he did good. I'm trying to think of anyone that did bad. The Swedish guy, I felt like it was like cringing.
Yeah, I don't know if he was American or not. He might have been.
I don't know. I guess I.
But that scene with the East German where he like pushes him and then the big guy comes in, that's pretty great. Where they fight in the bar.
Yeah.
That's pretty.
I mean, again, like, here's the thing. I felt like it was average until John Candy did his speech, and then when John Candy did his speech, it kind of pushed it over the edge. I was like, oh, that's pretty good. Like, I like that scene a lot. So I'm gonna give it a 4 because of that scene right there.
I agree.
Give it a 3, Justin. You didn't like that speech. I know you didn't.
No, I like the speech. It has nothing to do with it. I don't know if it's enough to bump it up to a 4 though.
Yeah, give it a 3.
It's just a 3. I mean, it's average.
Gosh, they'll suck.
4 is above average.
Chris, I'm trying to lowball here because I know
I know
Chip
you
and
are.
Dale's. I know Chip and Dale's coming up, and
It's not gonna be great.
Now
my
that is
points
going to
are
be
not
bad.
going to be great.
That might be
We are
our
not
lowest
gonna-
score ever.
I want you to remember next week when we do Chip and Dale. We have not got anything above a 3.5 on Cool Runnings right now. All right, does it hold up?
This for me, yes, it does. So even though
agree.
it's an average movie, I still like to watch it. Like there's nothing that stands out to me, but it's still a really well made movie. I think it's a 5 and it holds up really, really well. I think if you put this in front of a kid, they'll like it. Like I said, 3s don't mean it's bad.
What about that pee joke where they crash and they say I gotta pee and he pees?
Oh, Coach?
Yeah.
I gotta go, you know.
Hold it.
Hold it?
Hold it.
Hold it?
Yeah, hold it.
But Coach, I can't hold it. We're not bobsledding yet.
Oh, yes, we are.
Coach! 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 Slow down! Slow it down! Slow down! Slow it down! Oh my God! Oh, Doreen! I hate you! I hate you! I hate you! Oh!
Sinking. It did?
Yeah, man.
Well, you can pee now.
Too late.
See,
Good stuff.
I might bump mine down to a 2 then for story.
this is hard because I feel like if an average kid watched this, like this is so much different than kids' movies now.
Right.
So I don't know if a kid would enjoy this or not.
I think they would.
I don't know. Because I mean I even had trouble sometimes like understanding like what was going on.
Well, John,
I mean, like what they were
you didn't
saying.
like Indiana
Like I had
Jones.
trouble understanding what they were saying. And like the scene that I was talking about, I was like, "Hey, I don't even know why they got disqualified." Like I didn't understand that.
Right.
So on certain scenes I feel like it would be hard for the kids to understand and for the kids to actually follow along like with the story. Like they would have to know like what the Olympics are and like what's going on with the Olympics and everything like
We need
that.
to give John,
Like, don't
like, a
they don't
little-
really
a little
explain
booklet
any
to
of it.
explain things.
I mean, I understand the Olympics, but I don't know if kids would. That's what I'm trying
Kids
to say.
understand the Olympics. What do you think? They're all stupid?
I get what you're saying. I get what you're
No.
saying in the sense of, I don't know. I think you explained it pretty well though. Like this guy wants to be part of this team. He doesn't get in, so he does his own thing. I don't know.
I think you're just saying all kids are stupid, John.
That's
So
not what
there's
I'm saying.
that's our tagline.
That's not what I'm saying.
That's our
Do
tagline
not,
for our
do not
podcast
quote me on this.
description.
Do
Hey,
not
all
quote me
kids
on
are
this.
stupid. This is what we think
not-
about this week on
That's
Another Man's Nostalgia.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying.
What would you give it, John?
What were we talking about again?
Does it hold
what
up?
was- I'm gonna give it 3.
Okay. Hey,
I don't think
I
it
got a 4
does.
out of that one. I think it's okay. So, would you desire to continue watching? Would you watch this again in a year?
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay.
What?
It's inspirational. It's a
I
good
like the movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Just
It's
because it's
not
average doesn't mean it's
inspirational.
bad.
Yeah.
It's not inspirational though. Like again, I watch a movie to
Do you need a
To
movie
get
to just
something
punch
out.
you in the nuts, John, to get you going?
I watch a movie to get something out of it. What do I get out of watching this again?
Winning isn't everything.
But I've already learned that months ago.
But if you hadn't, wouldn't it be great?
Depends on what's going on in my life.
When did John become so pretentious about movies?
Exactly.
I know
Alright.
I was the one who overanalyzed stuff.
All right. You wouldn't watch this in a year, John?
No, I don't think so.
If it was thrust in front of you, would you watch
maybe
it?
maybe if I had no power, and it was like the only DVD I had for it.
Exactly.
How could you watch the
That's
DVD
what I
if
mean.
you had no power?
You know.
So
let's
no,
just-
I wouldn't watch a 2. A 2.
Oh my gosh. All right, you Justin.
It's a 5.
Yeah, it is.
That's not a 5.
All right. So my last category is gonna be score, but we'll get into that because at first I'm gonna talk about the inaccuracies of the movie because it doesn't affect the score at all. And I want this to affect the score. Okay. So, here's the thing about the accuracy.
Okay.
Parts of everything are true, but you have to say a but with everything else. So, let's go through the first part of it. Yes, this guy wanted to do track stars and push cart guys. So the first scene is the guy.
Did his dad like
No.
to make his
So-
dad wasn't like an Olympian?
The coaches thought that a track star pushing down the ice and a push cart champion, who did like that first thing with the wheels with
So
Senka. where
so
he was
push
going
car is
down.
a thing.
Push cart is a thing in Jamaica. Yeah.
Okay. Why do they
Some-
have the kid in the front?
I don't think
The
that was a real
kid's
thing.
pointless.
Yeah. Yeah. What does he do? He trash talks basically. It's twisted metal. He like shoots the bangs the things up next to him. Yeah. No,
They should
so
just
that was-
have big sticks and just like be
Yeah,
hitting people
exactly.
beside
Yeah.
him.
So somebody thought that'd be a good chance to do a bobsled.
Okay.
The four participants, sledders, were not track stars.
In
They
real
were
life.
they were Air Force people who couldn't make the track team.
Okay.
So they went on to bobsledding, right?
Naturally.
Yeah.
So there was a race and they all lost the race.
No, there wasn't even that. They didn't even race. Okay. So
Okay,
there was no USA coach who was,
There was no white guy? So John Candy's character
no,
didn't exist?
No.
No.
The other teams,
no.
the other teams and coaches were actually really helpful to the Jamaicans.
Okay.
Good point. So they did go. So the point where they got a USA sled that was a practice sled, that was
Yeah,
accurate.
The
They
one
did.
that like
It
broke
broke.
at the very end.
Well,
of the
we'll
movie?
talk about that later. But
Oh,
they did
gosh.
get a training sled from the USA, which
Uh-huh.
goes to show that the USA and all the teams were not. They weren't unaccepting of the team.
They weren't jerks like that.
No, they weren't jerks. Everybody
They
everybody
weren't
welcomed
the
them.
bad guys.
And in
Like
fact,
the-
no. And they were
Okay.
right. The entire Olympic team that was like, or like the people that were watching TV liked the Jamaicans just because they were underdogs. Like they were a team from a very Caribbean country trying to compete in a snow Olympian.
I mean,
like,
That's
yeah.
that right there is a very inspiring story.
Yeah, so people liked them. It just wasn't like they weren't like people liked them. Everybody liked them, even the people that were sledding. So they
Well,
didn't
they,
take up
they
a
beat
hand.
their ass.
See,
Yeah.
and I feel like if they would have told the real story, it would have
It
been
still would have been
better.
good. Exactly. It would have been.
It would have
inspirational.
been better. They didn't have to have a bad guy.
I can tell you the end would be
They
better.
could have had. They
Yeah.
could have had like a really inspiring, just real story about everyone trying to cheer this team on,
Yeah, yeah.
and then them
You're right.
losing.
Yep.
And I'm just like, man, like that sucks. But
Yeah.
like you still had all these people in their corner.
Yep. So instead of having the 3 races, they had 4 races. They had 2 on one day and 2 on the other.
Sucks 0. Never mind. Taking it over.
They did terrible
Did-
the first. They did terrible the first 2 races. They
Okay.
were like in 25th out of 28th or something like that. And in the third race, they were going way too fast and they crashed. Had nothing to do with the sled. They said it was the driver's inexperience. And they didn't get. They weren't allowed to race in the 4th. And because they weren't allowed to race in the 4th, because they crashed, they got last place. They didn't carry the sled across the line.
They did walk with it down the. Down
They
the
walked with it. They didn't carry it.
So they were
So
just
all-
like pushing it.
Something kind of crazy just about like bobsledding in general. The driver said he didn't realize he crashed until he was halfway down, crashed, until he started smelling the helmet melting.
I read that. It was crazy.
Insane. So he
what?
started smelling the helmet like rubbing against the ice, and he didn't realize he was crashed until he started smelling the helmet burning because of how fast they were going down the ice. Pretty insane. So all
he
that
didn't realize he crashed.
no, because it was so like blurry. All he had done was memorize the turns, and so he thought he was still going.
You can't
he-
see. Like it's literally
you
just
can't
by
see.
feel.
Yeah,
That's how fast you're going.
yeah. So he didn't realize he crashed until he had smelt the burning of the helmet. So I mean, all that footage of them crashing was real, and that's insane because they had that one footage of the guy like his head. being dragged.
Like his head was like, "Gah."
Yeah, yeah. It's all real. Fortunately, they're all okay, but yeah, they crashed because of his experience, not because of
Okay.
I mean, they still bobsled to this day.
yeah.
It's
they
pretty
do.
cool. I love when they
And
come up.
honestly, the 2-man sled, they didn't win anything, but they finished their race and they got like 20th place out of 30, but they finished, which is better than the 4 player did.
Wait. So they had a 2-man team that same year?
Yeah.
Was it one of
No.
was it 2 of the 4?
No, you're right. It was the driver. The driver was the same. The other guy wasn't. So
So they had 5 guys, but they didn't decide to tell that
No.
story either.
no.
What the fuck, man?
That's
I don't understand like why they decided to do this, like do it that way.
This is
I just
why-
don't
Oh.
understand.
This is why sports
Yeah.
movies never really work, because you need
Yeah.
conflict in a movie. For some reason, you always need conflict, and that's what they
Even
think.
Remember the Titans. The Remember the Titans is a great movie. We learned a lot from it.
But they
especially
said
about
in real
racial-
life they weren't having all those issues.
No, they were supposed to win the entire district. It was not a surprise that they were in the
Everybody really got along. So
We'll talk about it later when we watch it.
yeah, we'll do a Remember the Titans episode because we all love it.
Yeah, it's a great movie. But yes, the conflict was not real. Like they all knew they were going to win the whole series because of how good their team was. So yeah, I don't know. I like this movie. I think it's very good. But
I think that they should have had a conflict between the coach and everyone else, and not the players and everyone else.
maybe, yeah.
I think that makes sense because you would have this guy who knows what he's doing, and you have the team members who are these newbies, and they think they know better and they don't, and they gotta get along. I like that. I like that idea.
Nowadays, I think that would work. I think so. The director of this directed the 2 National Treasure movies, which I think is pretty cool.
We're gonna go steal the Jamaican bobsled.
Exactly.
All right, music.
We gotta go to the bobsled.
Let's do category 7 because Justin has to leave soon. So,
Like in 5 minutes.
score.
10
out of 10. No?
Wait, what? Yeah, music?
So this is Hans Zimmer. He did a good mixture, I think, of Jamaican music and Olympian music. I think it's perfect. I get emotional hearing it, but y'all go.
Really?
I'm gonna go 5 out of 5.
But before I go, there we go.
I didn't hear any of the music. The only music oh my god. The only music I heard is when the music he was singing.
Some people say, they can't believe Jamaica, we have a bobsled team. No people say, they can't believe Jamaica, we have a bobsled team.
Okay. What do you think about that?
I mean, that was fine. I thought that was clever. And then
Okay.
that was it. That was the only music
be
I
a
really
3.
heard.
All right.
3? 3.
Gosh. Okay. Well, you are wrong. It's a great movie. It's perfect.
I like the movie. Stop attacking me like I'm some
Sorry.
villain here.
Sorry. I know you like it. All right.
All right, so John's having mic issues. So real quick here, if you want to follow us, you gotta go at Another Man's Pod. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, whatever you want. We're there. I don't think we're on TikTok,
Probably
but
not.
we're everywhere. I think John uploads stuff. I don't pay attention to it or care. So
He does it. And he can't even say anything. He can't say anything because we can't hear him. He's talking. He's defending himself. Help. All right. So next week we'll do Chip and Dale. I'm very excited to talk about this with you guys.
all right, peace.